And it is 6:12 now on a Saturday morning, which is starting out under a partly cloudy sky. It's a view from Community Banks of Colorado and Monuments. I live up in that area. I've had a couple of days of rain, been kind of fortunate that way, and been able to back off on the watering and watch everything green up regardless. So it's always nice to get some rain. I think we'll have more of that around later on today across much of the area. 60s and lower 70s currently in most of eastern Colorado. Springfield's sitting at 75. We do have some 40s and 50s if you get up high enough into the mountains and over the big mountain valleys. I think we'll be okay through the morning hours, but here we go. About lunchtime, the first of the showers will start to develop. By 4 o'clock, you see a scattering of these things beginning to come to the east. The last several days, there's really been none of this activity out across the eastern plains. I do think that today we'll probably have a chance for some storms to come off the higher terrain and start to head off towards the south and east. And although severe weather's not a great threat, maybe over some of these eastern counties this evening, we could get a storm capable of producing some damaging wind gusts around 60 miles an hour and maybe some hail close to an inch in diameter. But for most areas, I think better chances will exist for some heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gusty wind with any stronger cells that start coming off the higher terrain. Prior to storms arriving, we're still going to get quite warm with 90s to near 100 for the plains, a mixture of 80s and 90s along the I-25 corridor, and we'll probably be in the 70s and 80s over the mountains and mountain valleys. Of course, then when the storms come by, things will tend to cool off. And so you see that they kind of start over near the higher terrain, but then they'll begin to track off towards the east-southeast here during the afternoon and evening hours, and we do see them making their way out across the plains. Notice some of the brighter colors on the map, which again is an indication that some of the storms could produce some pretty healthy rainfall. There's actually quite a bit of water in the atmosphere this morning, and you may even notice when you go out this morning some dew on the grass or on your cars, and that's some of the low-level moisture to go along with some of the monsoon flow that we have overhead. And these storms will continue to track away from the higher terrain before ending late this evening or during the overnight. And by tomorrow morning, it looks like things will be clearing out. Temperatures tomorrow morning probably in the 60s in most of eastern Colorado, but if you head up into the higher terrain, you'll find some 40s and 50s for sure. I think tomorrow's probably going to be a drier day across more of the area. There's the view from our Colorado Lottery camera this morning as the sun comes up and kisses the higher terrain. Again, no threatening clouds out there right now per usual. I think we'll get through the morning in relatively good shape, but expect some thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. And I kind of cheated ahead to tomorrow already. We do think that for many of us, tomorrow's going to be a drier day. And if we don't have the natural air conditioners rolling across the area during the afternoon and evening hours, it also means it's probably going to be pretty toasty for more of the day. As we head into the week, though, occasional storms are probably going to be around on a daily basis, and we'll talk about that in our extended forecast coming up soon. Riley, back to you.